गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। आज आपका न्यूट्रिशन इन प्लांट्स का नेक्स्ट पार्ट यानी आगे का पार्ट होगा। अभी हम फोटोसिंथेसिस से इसको स्टार्ट करेंगे। सो आई वेलकम यू ऑल। एज यू नो दैट द टर्म photosynthesis means the process of making food in presence of sunlight, that is called photosynthesis. Photo means light, due to which this process is called photosynthesis. In previous class, I have already told you that four materials are needed. In this picture, if you observe the four materials, you can easily observe it. Energy, the source of energy is sun in the form of sunlight. Carbon dioxide is taken from the atmosphere. Chlorophyll is already present within the plants, especially in the leaves. So, if you observe the equation taking place during photosynthesis, you see the equation carbon dioxide plus water. There is a arrow sign above the sunlight is written, below chlorophyll is written. So here carbon dioxide and water is simple molecule. It means it is a smaller substance. In presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, it is converted into a big molecules, that is big substance, that is carbohydrate. And during this process, oxygen is released as a byproduct. It means oxygen is formed and released into the atmosphere. So from the atmosphere, green plants take in carbon dioxide, do photosynthesis and releases oxygen. And you know that oxygen is how helpful and essential for our survival, for the survival of our life. So this is the schematic representation of photosynthesis taking by the process is done by the green plants. The next slide, synthesis of protein. You know that during photosynthesis, the first of all starch, or that is carbohydrate, is formed. But other food components, protein, fat, is also made by the or synthesized by the plants. So how is it possible? Protein is the another food component which contains carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. So carbohydrate contains only carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. But for the synthesis of protein, another thing is needed, that is nitrogen. So you know that a group of plants, that is called leguminous plants, or so called pulse producing plants. It means the plants which produces pulses. Pulses are rich in protein, rich sources of protein. So they need more nitrogen. Such plants or certain plants have some useful bacteria. Those bacteria are able to convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate, because plants cannot use atmospheric nitrogen directly. So it must be converted into nitrate form, that is usable form. And bacteria help the plants to synthesis of protein for the nitrogen supplement. So here the soil has some bacteria convert nitrogen from the air into the usable nitrogen in the soil. Farmers also add fertilizers containing nitrogen into the soil. This is why that in the form of chemical fertilizer like urea, it is added and spread to the crops, to the plants, so that the requirement of nitrogen is fulfilled for the synthesis of protein. In this way, protein is synthesized. Now, other mode of nutrition in plants. Other mode of nutrition means, as you know, that plants are autotrophic, they are able to synthesize. But certain group of plants, they are not able to do photosynthesis, they are not able to uh, fulfill their requirement of food. Such plants are dependent upon others for their food. So, this group of plants are called parasitic plant, as it is dependent upon their host. Host means on which they are dependent. The best example of such parasitic plants are Cuscuta. In common, common name of Cuscuta is Amarbel. The yellowish thread-like structure which is spread on the canopy or the upper part of the plants. They draw their nutrition from the host plant, and such plants are called parasitic plant. The another way of insectivorous plant, you have already studied in previous classes: herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. So insectivores. Insectivores means one who eat insects are called insectivores. So certain plants, they are not able to fulfill their protein requirement. They are dependent upon certain insects. They may eat or trap certain insects to fulfill their nutritional requirement. The pitcher plant is the best example. The leaf of the pitcher plant is modified into a pitcher. Pitcher means pitcher-like structure. Leaf is modified, and that pitcher contains a lid, and the end of the pitcher has a lid which can open and close according to the sensitivity. When an insect enters the pitcher, the lid closes. It means the pitcher plant trap the insects by opening their lids, and when the insects goes inside the pitcher, the lid will be covered and the insects are trapped within it. The insect is then digested by the digestive juices inside the pitcher plant. In this way, and the digested food is absorbed, and in this way, this pitcher plant fulfill their requirement. Now the third one is saprotrophs. Saprotrophs are the plants which do not have chlorophyll and cannot prepare their own food. It means such group of plants are also known as non-photosynthetic plant. They are not able to do photosynthesis as they are devoid of, they do not have chlorophyll, and due to absence of chlorophyll, they are not able to do photosynthesis. So they are dependent upon food on the dead and decayed material. They produce digestive juices on the dead and decaying organic matter and convert it into a solution and then absorb the nutrients from the solution. So, in this way, saprotrophs draw their nutrition from dead and decaying materials. So, the organisms which obtain their nutrition from dead and decaying material are called saprotroph, and the mode of nutrition is called saprophytic. Symbiotic relationship. Some of the plants live together and share shelter and nutrients. Lichens are the best example. In lichens, an alga and a fungus live together. Alga means the plants which have chlorophyll, and fungus are non-photosynthetic plants. They show a mutualism, that is, both the partners, that is fungus and alga, becomes benefited to each other. The fungus provides shelter, water and minerals to the alga, and instead of that the alga provides food to the fungus, which is prepared by photosynthesis. How nutrients are replenished in the soil. Plants absorb nutrients from the soil, so the nutrients in the soil decreases. So farmers add manures and fertilizer to the soil to increase the nutrients in the soil. The bacterium called rhizobium, which lives in the roots of leguminous plant, which I have already mentioned or discussed. The root nodules of pulse producing plants contains rhizobium bacteria. They are able to convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate. So in return, the plants provides food and shelter to the bacteria, so they have symbiotic relationship. Here we also find the symbiotic relationship, the symbiotic relationship between the alga and fungus, and here bacteria and leguminous plant. To show the sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis, here is an activity. You go through this activity and observe how sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. To observe the fungus bread mold in a bread, you can do it at your home. Thank you.